Let's get right to it. The easiest way to make $10,000 a month with your clothing brand. What's up, YouTube? My name is Eddie Scott, co-founder of the Sayless Lifestyle clothing brand. I started Sayless Lifestyle 2 years ago with my cousin Sayless Trent, and we grew that brand from 0 followers, $0, literally nothing, like no business experience at all, to now becoming a 6-figure business, over 500,000 followers on TikTok, 80K on Instagram, being able to travel across the country and promote our brand, doing all this great stuff with our brand. When we first got started, we always had a goal, a vision, a dream of making $10,000 in 1 month. Like, that's all we wanted to do. Like, if we were able to make 10K in a month, we felt like we were most accomplished in the world. And so we did whatever it took to try to get to that 10K mark. Whether it was learning Instagram ads, buying courses, watching YouTube videos. Like, we literally worked day and night to try to get to that 10K mark. And so it took us a couple months, but once we hit that 10K mark, we never looked back. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the easiest way to make 10K. There's a lot of different ways you could get to that 10K mark in your brand, but I'm gonna show you what I believe to be the easiest way to make 10K a month. And so before I show y'all that way to make 10K in a month, I think it's important to understand, you know, some of you guys may be watching this video right now and thinking like, oh my gosh, like $10,000 is like such a great amount of money, and like in 1 month, like how's that even possible? It's all about breaking it down. Make the game simple for yourself. Yes, 10,000 may seem like a lot at first. When we break it down, it really, you're gonna realize that it's not really as big as it seems. So I'm about to show y'all right now. I'm gonna pull out my calculator. Let's say you wanna make $10,000 a month. There's what, 4 weeks in an average month? So if we say 10,000 divided by 4, it's easy math, 2,500. $2,500 a week from your brand. You may still be thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make $2,500 a week. Let's break it down even more. Per day, 2,500 divided by 7 days in a week. Boom, 357. $357.14. $357.14 is all you need per day to make 10K in a month. And so now, instead of looking at this grand number of 10,000 and being like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get there? Now you're able to break it down and say, all right, what do I need to do every single day to make $357? So, you know, you could get there in a variety of ways when you have a strong online store. And that's the first step. That's the foundation to all of this. You have to have a strong online store. It doesn't matter how many people you get to your website. If you have a store that's not properly set up to convert visitors, then nobody's going to buy from you. And so I recommend using Shopify to make your online store for your clothing brand. And then once you're in Shopify, definitely use a certified template. You can go on Google, type in best Shopify templates for clothing brands. You can go on YouTube. Let me know if you want me to make a video about how to make a Shopify store that's set up for success for running a clothing brand. But make sure your online store is on point, and specifically upsells, bundles, and like anything that's going to get people to buy more is going to help you get that higher average order value. AOV is what we call it. AOV is so key. You could get 100 people to come to your site, and let's say 10 of them buy. But if you're only selling products for like $10 and people are only buying one thing, then you made $100, 10 times 10. But let's say those same 10 people bought from you, but instead of spending $10, you were able to get them through upsells, bundles, even higher prices on your items. Instead of spending $10, the average order value, the average amount that your customer spent was 50 instead of 10. Now, instead of making 100, 10 times 10, you're making 10 times 50, which is 500 a day. And so when you hear that you maybe only have to get 10 orders a day to get above that $357 mark, then it really just seems easy. So make sure your store is set up for success. Another thing that you can do to increase your average order value is to give discounts. And that may seem counterintuitive, but think about it this way. If you are gonna buy $50 worth of items from my site, but now I'm telling you, hey, if you spend $80 with me, then I'll give you free shipping. You have to incentivize people to spend more on your site. So you could put a banner, an announcement banner at the top of your website that says, hey, spend $75+ get free shipping. Or you can even say spend $75+ get 10% off. Like something to incentivize people to buy more. And so once you have these systems in place to get people to buy more, now it's just a matter of getting people to your website. And this is where the easiest way to make 10K in a month comes into play. And so the way that we used to drive revenue for our clothing brand to make sure we got to that 10K a month point is running advertisements. And I'm not saying this is a bad way. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this. In fact, this is a great way to drive revenue for your brand and get your brand out there and get more people to know about your brand. But I wouldn't say that it's the easiest way. Instagram ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads. I say that running ads isn't the easiest way for your brand to make 10K a month, because while it's effective for getting a lot of people to your site, it can get messy, especially when it comes to cutting into your profits. You're still gonna have to spend a good amount of money to make a good amount of money when it comes to advertising. And oftentimes you're advertising to cold audiences, people that have never heard of your brand before, or maybe are vaguely familiar with your brand. Let's say you may spend $100 to get, 800 people to your website. But out of those 800 people, the average conversion rate for e-commerce, especially when you're running it like through advertising, getting cold traffic to your website, the average conversion rate is usually only 1%. So that means if you pay to get 800 people to your website, only 8 people are going to buy. So you basically spent $100 to get 8 people to buy, which you're going to make your money back. You're going to make a profit. But the easiest way that I'm about to show you basically eliminates the need to even have to spend on advertising. Having a customer database. What is a customer database? It's literally having a list of people who want to buy from your brand. You know how when you go to a website and a pop-up shows up on the website and it says join our email list or join our SMS text list and get 10% off your order? When you put in your phone number and you get that coupon code, they are putting your information in their customer database. And so that company that you gave your phone number to, that you gave your email to, it is now stored in a list of contacts that the company can now go and they can send an email blast or send a text blast to you. And so this is very powerful, because as opposed to running ads, if I'm just scrolling on TikTok, let's say I'm just on TikTok just scrolling and an ad comes up, I may think the product is cool, but if I never heard of the brand before, I don't have any trust in them, it's going to be unlikely for me to buy it. In business, they usually say that it takes somebody 7 times to see a brand in order to buy. And so the reason having a customer database is so powerful is because you are targeting people who already want to buy from you. They have literally said that I want you to contact me about your brand. With advertising, people aren't asking you to show them ads. Most people hate seeing ads on their phone. But when you have a text list, an email list, people are literally saying, hey, I want you to advertise to me. I want you to let me know when you're dropping that hoodie. I want you to inform me when you're dropping that next collab. And so having a customer database is so powerful. Traditionally, businesses have used email for their customer databases. But in 2023, moving forward, as we all know, everybody's on their phone. Everybody has text that they see like right away as soon as you get a text. So it literally just makes sense to get a text list. You can use apps like Postscript, SMS Bump, like whatever your preference is, do your research. But get you a text list for your brand. And then once you have that text list app, now it's time to build up customers on that text list, build your customer database. And so there's a number of ways you can do that. One, the most common, like I mentioned earlier, put that pop-up on your website. If people are scrolling, searching through your website, and they like what they see, and they see that pop-up come up, they're going to want to know when you're dropping new items, when you have more products coming out. And worst case scenario, they'll sign up for the text list just if you give them an incentive. So they may join your text list just because you say, if you join my text list, I'll give you 10% off. It doesn't matter. You got that person on your text list. And now when you send out a text to them, now they already know about your brand. They may have already bought from your brand. And if they like your product, they're more likely to buy from you now, as opposed to somebody that you just showed an ad to. Another way you could get people on your text list is, literally just asking people. Like if you're in the streets, if your brand is still small, you're first starting off, whoever you sell your brand to, like if you're selling shirts out your trunk, or even like your friends at school, you just get as many people on your text list as humanly possible. And so let me give you guys an example before I wrap up this video. There's a couple different strategies that you can use for your text list. You know, I mentioned the $357 a day to make $10,000 a month. And so you could, you know, you could be sending out texts every day and just hope that, you know, a couple people every day are going to buy from you so that you can reach that 357 mark. But this way right here is really a game breaker, what I'm about to show you. Let's say you have 1,000 people on your text list, whether they signed up through your website or people that you know or whatever it may be. You got 1,000 people that said, I want to know when you're dropping a new product because I love your brand that much and I want to buy from you guys in the future. You got 1,000 people on that text list. Let's say you're dropping a coat, right? You're dropping a coat for your clothing brand. Let's say that coat, you're dropping it for $100, right? More than likely, everybody on that text list is not going to buy from you when you send out a text. But the majority of them do. The majority of them will buy from you. So let's keep it very conservative. Let's say 10% of the people in that text list actually buy this $100 coat that you drop. And so let's say you send out a text saying, new drop alert. We just dropped our all new coats for the winter season. Use code blah, 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 blah for free shipping. Shop now. Boom. You can even throw in some scarcity tactics. Say, you know, this drop only lasts for the next 24 hours. Something like that to incentivize and force people to take action. You got 100 people from that text list that are ready to buy a $100 coat. Let me show y'all. 100 people times $100 coat. 100 people buying a $100 coat. That's the end of the video. This is really a powerful way to grow your brand, to scale your brand, to make that $10,000 in a month that you thought may have been impossible, that you thought, how am I going to get there? You can literally make that in a day, not even in a month, in a day. You can make it in less than 24 hours with this text list strategy. Business is all about selling to people who want to buy from you. You shouldn't have to force people to want to buy from your brand. People should want to buy just because your brand message is so on point and resonates with them so deeply. And so build an audience. Having a customer database, specifically a text list, is, in my opinion, the easiest way to make $10,000 a month from your clothing brand. And so with that being said, I hope this video provided value to you in some small way. If it did, please leave a like for the YouTube algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe for more entrepreneurship, finance, clothing brand, and personal development content. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Quick word of wisdom before I get up out of here. Success doesn't come to the cheap. It comes to the hungry. It doesn't come to those who talk about it. It comes to those who take action. Say less and do more. Take action. When you take that action, when you work in silence, your results will start to do the talking for you soon. Let's be great. Let's get it. Let's go.